100 Mob in the building. You already know it's Top Cat 100. You already know you're tuned into the Real Field TV. You already know what it is with me. And you already know how we bringing it. To all my haters, you resemble a buffalo from the chest up, nigga. Straight up in the mouth area as well, nigga. Straight up. We just want you to remember that. We don't want to lie to you, nigga. We want to go ahead on it. We want to keep it real. So guess what? We want to talk about this whole Charleston White situation, man. And you know what I mean? I chose to wear the New York hat today because it's resembling, camaraderie with the South, nigga. I don't understand what him and Mav Hoffa got into, and let me speed those up for those who don't know what I'm talking about and know what's going on. Mav Hoffa recently got dissed by Charleston White. You know what I mean? He was talking about the man's seeds and stuff like that. What he usually do everybody, And while he does that and y'all call it a character, other people is not seeing it that way. Now, a lot of people feel like he inciting, a South versus East Coast thing. And that's what I'm not here to project to y'all, because the way I see it is you got people from the South that got family in New Jersey, New York, in that whole area, surrounding area. So, just because you from the South doesn't mean that you got to say F New York, because a lot of New York grounds, of they family trees come from the South, bro. We all know this, man. So we're not doing the divide game. We're not playing the divide game. What we is here to say is, Charleston White, put his mouth on a lot of people that was deceased, man. When we talk about DMX, we talk about Biggie, you know what I'm saying? He even said F. Alicia Keys, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're now talking about people's wives, you're talking about people's kids, and anything you can do to get traction. And the way I see it is, man, this is between Charleston White and Mav Hoffa. This is not between New York and, the South. And that's not to say we scared of New York or nothing like that, but we just saying we got family in New York, and, we got family all around the globe, and we pushing togetherness. It's supposed to be. So why is keep on talking about, F this and, that, and talking about New York like, you know what I'm saying? We all supposed to gather around it, and it don't do nothing but pull us further apart and pull us away the basis of what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saying y'all trying to get kids out of going around the revolving door, being locked up and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of more kids that's going to be in that revolving door, thanks to, with Charleston White trying to insinuate and incite. You know what I'm saying? If this all go that route. Now, I believe in it's real G's everywhere. It's real ones everywhere. So ain't nobody going to let nobody else control how they feel about another state or another human just because it's two individuals having beef. Mav Hoffa and Charleston White. So, Mav Hoffa, up on my expert opinion and things like that of that nature, he does this show within a way where, he tries to get information out of people, but he don't want to be messy about it. But lately, when you're going back and forth with Charleston White, what can you do but to be messy? Now, here's what I'm saying. You got people like DMX who really raised people up from kids and really set marks in people's life like Tupac did. And you got people like, Biggie who did the same thing, they feel. And you're talking about don't do this and don't do that. And, F them, and you'll, doodle on top of DMX head and all that. What type of stuff is that? So we're not playing these type of games to where, we are saying it's the South against, the East Coast or none of that. Are we saying it's Texas against New York? That ain't how we rocking, man. Real people mess with real people. Them two people had a disagreement. That man start talking about that man kids. You got to see that man. You know what I mean? You got to see that man. You know what I mean? In the ring or however there may be. You have to see him. And that's what I think it's a lot of people talking and not being held accountable and not willing to get in the ring. And that's all I'm saying. So it's like we got to sit here and we got to believe one side of what we hear, and we got to believe the other side of what we, see. And that's real shit. One against the other, and then put them together, because you can't believe the whole thing. And that's all. Because it's like, to me, we talking about people going back and forth and insinuating a whole coast going against another coast. Why? Because he did somebody. You know what I mean? And it's like, at the end of the day, man, y'all can say what y'all want to say. This man is bringing some type of, goodness to the YouTube game or whatever y'all saying, but then come back and say something bad on the other hand is acceptable. If any other blogger, anybody else did that, it wouldn't be the same thing, bro. You can't get up here and disrespect the dead and disrespect other people's family and disrespect whole coasters and expect people to ride for you, and people got things to lose. People got to go to New York to do business. People in New York got to do business with people down south. And that's how the industry is ran right now, you know? And regardless of the personal feelings any coast may feel against any coast, we going through it ourselves in the south. If you sitting up here and ain't from this part of the south, you supposed to be more southern in this part. This part don't consider you the south because you ain't deeper than this one. Like, and then you got niggas saying you from this part of the south and you ain't from this part of the south. So we all need to get it together, man, before we start trying to ride for something that we don't know what we riding for, man. Y'all eating this thing up too. That man disrespected that man kids. Math Hoffa is handling it the best way he can in the best response he can. But I'm sure when he see him, he gonna try to risk it all, man. Just because you got a ratchet don't mean it's gonna save you, bro. That don't mean it's gonna always go your way. So y'all always got to remember that, man. Know what I'm saying? Don't let these pistols and let these burners sit up here and make you think that you King Kong and make you think that you can't be touched like you Superman or something. Because at the end of the day, it's somebody that's going to touch it, and they're going to touch your soul. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to make your soul glow. And at the end of the day, then you don't want that to happen, bro, because you got to run out here and you got to do business, and people getting into this behind some internet stuff that could have been easily talked out, but he don't want to talk it out. He want the shock value. Now he doing comedy. It's plenty of comedy clubs inside New York. You got to go to these comedy clubs. You may be booked. You see what I'm saying? And then get booked and then get booked. If you get what I'm saying. Straight up. Close your head up like a book. You feel what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? These ain't some peanut butter and jelly type niggas we talking about when we talking about Math Hoffa and these type niggas. You know what I'm saying? We talking about some show enough niggas, man, that, you know, put hands and feet, toes on you, brother. You understand? That's real talk, man. So I don't know how far this going to go. I don't know why people think that us as the South supposed to be doing this and just jumping behind a nigga just because he out here jumping out of his body. It is what it is. Hey, Peanut, be quiet, man. You know what I mean? You see me talking to these people, man. You know what I mean? Fox face ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You're like an overweight wolf. You know what I'm saying? Chill out, dog. You know what I mean? Before I get on you. But anyway, bro. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White got to sit here and he got to read his own wrongs and on his own thing with Math Hoffa. You got to see that, man. You said what you said, and don't try to pull the South in it with you, bro. You know? Straight up, man. It's niggas that love DMX, man. It's niggas that love Biggie, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't trying to, you know what I mean? You can't, certain things you say, you can't take it back, bro. And that's all I'm saying, man. Now, for all my 100 marbles that know this to be the truth, man, y'all get in the comments and let me know, bro. Am I tripping? Because I feel like I ain't tripping, bro. I feel like at the end of the day, people making decisions that they're going to soon have to stand on, and they're going to have to remember that they can't run from, bro. So with that being said, man, it's the 100 mob, man. Drop them comments, man. But it's never no East versus the South. Know what I'm saying? It's always Charleston versus, you know, Math Hoffa. And that's all I wanted to say, man. You know, y'all can take it how y'all want to take it. Everybody's opinion ain't going to be like everybody else's. But at least I try to come up here and be at least rational with what I'm saying. Because this don't make sense, bro. You shouldn't have to disrespect another man's kids to get your point across under no circumstances. We don't stand by that over here on this part, bro. So with that being said, it's the 100 mob. You know what I mean? Your mother's feet is rough like crocodile skin, man. Then I'm out.